Panther Nation, welcome back. We hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. It's Coach Garnes and Coach Selman back with the show that connects you with TIS Athletics. You know, Coach, last week's video was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, to see the bloopers and the funny stuff that's been happening on the show and in between the clips. We've had some great comedy moments
for sure
on the show.
Absolutely.
And so it's great to be back from Thanksgiving. I had a good Thanksgiving. How about you?
I ate too much as always, but a fun time. My first one without my immediate family, so I was kind of with extended family, but I still had a good time, enjoyed myself a lot, watched a lot of football.
Yeah, it was a great Thanksgiving as well. Sure. So we're back, getting ready to start basketball season, which we're all excited about.
Absolutely.
And we're doing a special show this week. Highlighting and previewing the basketball teams for the upper school, which our boys played in the Jamboree over the break against El Dorado and against Trinity Academy. They look decent, look good for a first time out. A lot of young guys on the team. And our girls, they're getting ready, and they will have been participated in a jamboree as well. Basketball season is here, and it's a great day.
My favorite time of the year.
Absolutely, Coach. It's time for the team shout outs. And we got one awesome group that we've had on the show before. Middle school bowling team.
Sure.
Had an awesome season. They were league champs, middle school league champs, and they won the league tournament, which is a big deal.
Yeah, I saw pictures of you and Mr. Davis out there, man. I didn't get to get out there and watch that group, man. That's a fun group.
Man, that's my kind of venue.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's loud. You can cheer. We were rowdy. We were having a great time. The players and the kids and coaches did well. Shout out to Coach Limes and the middle school bowling team.
For sure.
They won convincingly. It was really cool, man, because both of our teams, our A team and our B team, ended up in the semifinal.
Gotcha.
And our A team had to play our B team to move on. And then when they moved on to the championship round, it went 3 rounds. In the first game, they had a tie.
Dang.
Yeah, they had a tie. It was 143, I think, to 143 is what they do a whole team score together. And then the next game, they won by a few points. And then the last game, they just blew it out the water and won convincingly. Liam Tabasi
did his thing again.
Did his thing. He carried the team. Kinsley Scholl did it. I mean, all of those guys and young lady went out there and got it done and brought a championship back home.
You might have to get them back on the show.
You might have to get them back on the show, most definitely. So, it was an awesome time. Parents were there. Miss Schmitz was there, middle school, head of school. And it was so fun to watch those young people compete and bring home the title. So shout out to Coach Limes and the middle school bowling team for an excellent season, and there's big things to come.
Absolutely.
For the middle school. Coach, we're back again. This is our favorite time of the segment. One of my values that we do, and this one's going to be an excellent time.
For sure.
And you ball and you get the call.
Absolutely.
Right?
Hello?
Absolutely.
Right? So, who we looking at bringing this week, Coach?
Man, special guest this week coming on to our show. Some of my favorite coaches around this neck of the woods.
Mine too.
But gonna bring in Coach Kime, and we got a surprise coach coming in as well.
Oh, wow.
Today.
No doubt.
Stay tuned for the call.
All right. Let's go.
Hello?
Coach, here we are. We got an awesome special guest here with Coach Kime. And then our surprise guest, Coach Garnes. And it's one thing when you make the call, you know, and you ball and you get that call. But it's another thing when you make the call and you the one that is balling to get on the call.
It's an honor.
On the show, man.
It's
It's
an
a
honor.
pleasure having you here as a guest
Okay.
this time and co-host too.
Right,
but
right.
you know,
Wearing two hats right now.
wearing two hats.
Two hats.
But we're doing a little bit of a basketball preview for the upper school. You know, we're excited for the year. We got Coach Kime here on the set with us today, and so let's just jump right in. So, you know, we're coming off an awesome season last year. Both teams made it to state. The boys made a deep run at state, came up just a little bit short, but it's a new year, Coach Kime. And so what are you seeing in our team this year? What's exciting you as you have been in practices and going through the jamboree now and getting ready for the season to start?
I've been excited about the youth. You know, we were pretty junior, senior heavy the last 2 years, which is also good, but just new bodies, new faces, new energy, just trying to get the freshmen up to speed. You know, they got really good IQ. Just trying to get them to push, and they're starting to realize how hard high school basketball is, but they're doing really well, so that's been really encouraging.
That's great, man. And I know those young guys you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I coached them last year. You know, undefeated, regular season,
Yes, sir.
tournament league champs.
Uh-huh.
So we all got something in common with championships. But, you know, they are a special group, that freshman group that we have. And where do you see their challenges, Coach? I know they're young, but they got great IQs, but where do you see their transition and how they catch up to where you want them to?
You know, coming from middle school into high school is a long season. They're playing against 17, 18-year-old kids, so the physicality of it, the speed of it is going to pose some challenges for us, which, you know, I think that they're eventually, once we get into February, they're going to be used to it and ready to go. We might take some bumps here and there, but it's going to be all for the good.
Very good. And right now, in the preseason rankings, both of our teams are in the top 10. Our boys are ranked number 2 in 2A in the preseason, which is a huge honor considering, you know, I think the respect that they have in seeing these young guys. But let's talk about the older guys too, Coach, because you do have some returners.
I do,
So let's
yeah.
talk about them a little bit.
I got Sarian Dennis, probably played the most minutes last year. Obviously, he'll be a starter. He averaged like 6 points a game last year, but he had a really good summer for us. Grayson Jensen played here and there varsity minutes, but he's 6'5", and he can do a lot of damage on the court with his length.
And his energy.
His energy, yeah. He's very energetic. If he can put it, you know, together in a positive way, it's good things for us. We got another kid that's a senior, Kingston, as you know.
Know that young fella.
He's got some length. He's got some length on him too with his arms, and he can disrupt things defensively. And he's very good at driving to the hoop. So we got a nice little mix of, you know, seniors, juniors, and some freshmen that we're just trying to put together.
That's very good. So let's shift to the girls a little bit, Coach, because I know, you know, you all had a good season last year, but you didn't reach the goal that you had set out to do. We didn't advance in the state tournament, but had a great season, 19-5. Is that correct? You know, you got a lot of people coming back. You lost some, which is okay, but we're excited about what's here. So let's talk a little bit about the girls. What are you excited about for them this year?
Just overall our depth. You know, last year what we accomplished was pretty amazing considering our numbers. Starting out the season with 7 girls, finishing with 8 in that rotation. So just the overall depth of having a solid 8 to 9 girls that I feel I can put in at any given moment and can impact the game in a positive way. So just to have that overall depth this year and a full season of having these players together. We're pretty young as well, returning a couple of sophomores now, and we got pretty good incoming freshmen coming in as well. So we're just excited for a group that I feel is going to be a really special group for years to come.
That's awesome, man. What is the goal this year for both of you? Starting with you, Coach Garnes. You know, what as you write down your goals, you're talking to your teams about, you know, incremental goals for the season, and obviously a state title is the ultimate goal. But what are the things that are going to get us there?
Just sticking together. Our togetherness is what I talk to the girls about. We mention to them probably more than anything. We have the talent, we have the depth to compete and advance in the state tournament this year. But we ultimately know as a coaching staff, it's more than that. You got to be together. You got to be able to face adversity and kind of tackle that together as a team. So I think as long as we can gel together and keep that, I think the sky's the limit for this team.
I believe that to be the case as well. Coach Don, what do you think, man?
Yeah, kind of along the same lines that EJ. We talked a lot about before practices was like, you know, there's a lot of spots to be had, and I'm not just going to give them to somebody, but you have to figure out the balance between earning a spot but also being a good teammate. And for younger kids, you know, that can be hard to figure out. So I think we're learning that a little bit, and then obviously just trying to get better and better throughout the school year, and then, you know, trying to get that conference title back again. Won it last year for the first time in however many years, and then sub-states after that, and then obviously as long as I'm here, our ultimate goal is state title.
Very good. So we start off tonight with Kiowa County Mavericks. I know you guys have been watching film on these opponents. We went down there last year in a huge windstorm. Y'all remember traveling down there last year? It was crazy. The wind.
Bus was gonna tilt.
Yeah, most definitely. It was crazy driving down there, but we had success in our first year. And I remember Mr. Davis slapping you in the back, giving you a congratulations after the first win in your tenure here at TIS. But what are you seeing in the teams this year as we prepare for our games this evening?
On the girls' side, they lost a bunch of pieces at Powder County. Definitely won't discredit them, but they did lose a bunch of seniors. So our preparation is just kind of on their principles and what they run, and not so much their personnel this year, because so many new faces, a lot of faces that didn't really play impact minutes last year. So we're trying to lock in on what they do as a program and how they run things. And like I said, not really focus on who they have returning.
Got you. What about the boys' side, Coach?
Yeah, they lost two seniors from last year that together probably averaged 26 points a game. They averaged as a team almost 48 points a game, so they're down 20 points, so they have to figure that out. So they're going to be young, lots of role players that are going to be depending on a lot of minutes. So, you know, as are we, but I think we're just going to be a little bit better than them, just like last year.
There you go. Well, I'm looking forward to the games this week. I'm looking forward to the season getting going. But let's talk about the future of our programs. You know, we got an awesome 8th grade group of girls having a great season. They've been on the show. You know, our young fellas as freshmen will be growing. But what do you see about the future of the program, looking down a couple years? What excites you about the future of TIS basketball?
You know, obviously try to focus on the day-to-day, but it's hard not to think about what's to come. Like you said, you mentioned the talent level. I found myself thinking just the other day, you know, we lose 2 seniors after this season, and then if we keep our group of 8th grade girls, you're looking at a roster of 5 juniors next year, 5 sophomores, and 5 freshmen at least. So that's pretty huge to think about going forward for the next couple of years. But again, it's all about the togetherness. Are you willing to come in and work for a spot as well as be a good teammate while you're working for a spot? So, you know, that's the biggest thing for us. I don't really care so much about the talent. I care about our team camaraderie moving forward.
Good. Coach, what excites you?
I'm excited about a couple of these 8th grade kids, especially one who's big. I haven't had a big yet, so it'll be kind of nice to have somebody that we can go to down in the post and, we've had a lot of guards, but it'd be nice to have somebody protect the paint a little bit and has good footwork and good hands. There's a couple guards on that 8th grade team that are going to be pretty decent as well. And then there's a couple kids on that 7th grade team in the next 2 years that'll be able to come in when our freshmen are juniors to kind of put it all together.
Yeah, and then even like the 6th grade boys.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some
Kids on
decent
6th
talent in the 6th grade.
For sure.
And I get to see those kids in practice a little bit. You're right, Big Fernando. In 8th grade, wearing a size 18 shoe, coach. I mean, we got his new
Water
shoe.
skis.
And you talk about a big that plays big.
Yeah.
Not a lot of bigs they're scared to play big. They're scared to get in the fouls. But man, he will get down there.
Yeah.
And bang.
Again, I'm just so surprised with how big he is and how big his feet are, but how nimble
Yeah.
and how he can spin and turn, and he's just more athletic than I thought he would be.
Yeah, and the thing as an athletic director and working with you all that I'm excited about is the competitiveness of our scheduling in the future.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, this year we've added the Tulsa Union Jinx mid-season tournament, which we're going to see some of the best competition in the state of Oklahoma.
For sure. As
Moving,
well as a head-to-head with
Kip.
Kip.
Yep, with Kip
Oklahoma.
Tulsa, it's another Oklahoma school out of Tulsa. Life Prep will be another great challenge for us this year. But in the coming years, we've been reaching out to 4A, 5A, 6A schools because we feel, even though we're a small 2A, we have the talent to compete with some of the biggest and best high schools in the state. And so, we're looking for opportunities and we're ready for the smoke.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're ready for it, and we're reaching out to everybody and anybody around the state, around the region, that wants to bring TIS there or travel here.
Sure.
And that's what I'm excited about because I think, if we're going to grow our programs the way you all want to, a more competitive schedule is going to be advantageous for us moving forward.
And when I came to TIS, understanding the schedule and our league play, we play our league teams once, where you can kind of build a non-conference schedule.
Yeah.
Sort of, what they do at the college level. That was something that was really exciting to me.
Yeah, man. So, in the next 2 years, we've signed to play Topeka Hayden. It's a 4A school out of Topeka. We're playing Hayes, Kansas. Hayes High School, which is a 5A school up in Hayes. Dodge City is reaching out. They want us to come 6A school. We'll play 8A schools if they're out there.
Anybody, anytime.
Anywhere, anytime.
And from what I hear, Oklahoma, I think they go up to about 7A, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. And we have contacts in Oklahoma, and we're looking there as well for games.
Yeah.
And so I just am so excited about the future. I'm excited about the present because I know we're going to have great seasons. And I'm excited about where we're headed. And I know we got two guys here that I feel very confident in is going to help us reach the highest level of high school basketball. So anything you want to say to your fans out here, to Panther Nation, as we get ready to embark on this long but great basketball season?
I'd love for students and parents to show up loud and proud. We feed off your energy. That's going to be huge, especially with young kids. Those young kids will feed off that energy and push us forward in some of these games. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'd like to see more of a rowdy student section.
Absolutely. We do need that young energy, as well as keeping the parents involved too, man. Our parent fan base is huge. And I thought in the state tournament, how they showed up every single day, was there supporting, the support even after our girls took the loss, the support and the love was just so genuine and pure. We just look forward to seeing that every single game. So just excited for that. And then, I want to shed a little more light on Coach before we get out of here. Just because I look up to Coach so much and what he does and how he runs his program. I'm probably in his ear too much, asking for suggestions and help. So just excited to watch him with a new, fresh group and see how he does with that group.
Yeah, and I've been in the practices, Coach, and like I said, I coached those guys last year, and I know how challenging that was. Even though they were talented, had high IQs, but trying to mesh that together, and I believe, and I know Coach Kine will get them to a place where they will mature at some point in the season and really run. So, Coach, we appreciate you joining us
thanks for having me.
today
I
on the
appreciate
show, and special guest. Coach Garnes is on that side. And so, Panther Nation, we need you out this tonight. JV is at 4:30 against Kiowa County. Girls will tip off at 6, and then the boys will go at 7:30. So come out, be ready to rock the gym, and back to Big Blue. Let's go.
Thanks for joining us again on the Panther Nation Show with Coach Selvin and Coach Garnes, the show that connects you with TIS Athletics. We'll see you back here next week.
Go Big Blue!